Dungeonborne just released a big PDF folder showcasing what players can expect in the next upcoming playtest starting July 4th. But you might feel overwhelmed with all the additions added, such as new affixes, set bonuses, alpha, phi, and omega modifiers, direct damage, and more. But stress no more. This short and simple video will tell you everything you need to know to guarantee you'll be ready to enter Sinner's End and Cluso's Castle. Quick disclaimer, anything and everything talked about in this video and PDF is subject to change if the devs feel so. Let's begin. The first and last couple of slides talks about what the overall vision is for Dungeonborne from a developer's point of view. To simply put, boring bad, fun good. They also talk about how they don't want this to be a sweaty sprint to the objective while holding down left click type of game. They want to keep it simple and easy to pick up for new players with a reasonable amount of abilities that can be easy to understand and remember without clogging up the player's UI with too much information, but exciting, creative, and competitive for every type of player. Affixes. What are affixes? To simply put, affixes are stats. For this example, I won't be talking about the common skill stats such as strength, dexterity, stamina, intelligence, will, and faith. In Dungeonborne, there are three categories of stats, or main stats: offense, defense, and special. Offensive stats are anything that has to do with dealing damage, such as critical strike chance, lightning penetration, or a target's defense leveled ignored. Defensive stats are anything that has to do with keeping yourself or allies alive, such as healing bonus, fire resistance, or life regen per second. Specialties stats are anything that has to do with the player himself, such as interaction speed, experience gained, or added holy damage on attacks. Within these three categories of main stats are three more categories called alpha, phi, and omega modifiers. These are basically the classifications of a specific stat themselves. Now you're probably wondering, why would I need to know that? For specific pieces of gear or weapons, you'll get a random main stat with a random modifier on it. Meaning, just because you got an offensive stat on your item doesn't mean it will pick from all the offensive stat choices. Each one of those stats are either an alpha, phi, or omega modifier. This is important because certain items will only roll certain modifiers, making items with the random pick of all three a better chance of getting the stat you want. Now, to be clear, we don't know what stats classify as alpha, phi, or omega. The devs didn't say that part, so we'll have to find that out once the game comes out. Now, there is one more new affix: set bonus. Set bonuses are added passives that can randomly spawn on rare tier or higher armor, weapons, or accessories such as rings and necklaces. For uncommon tiered gear, the only set bonus that can be rolled is Midas Touch. These set bonus affix are active when you meet the required amount of value for it. The more value you have, the more perks you will unlock for the set bonus. You could also mix and match more than one set bonus. For example, you could run both Tiny Torment and Dragon Scale set bonus. All you would need is to meet the minimum required value to activate its special ability. The better rarity your gear is, the higher your set bonus value will be, as shown from this chart. A rare Tiny Torment only gives +4 value on a two-handed, but an epic rarity will give you a +6 value on a two-handed instead. Let's go over some of the new set bonus passives. Midas Touch is basically a gold farming passive. You get a gold coin item put in your inventory from doing what the perk requires. When you successfully extract, it gets converted into gold currency and automatically put into your Dungeonborne bank account. Force of Trinity allows you to do extra damage on nearby enemies after dealing 3 instances of unblocked direct damage from attacks or skills within 3 seconds. Wait, did that say direct damage? What is direct damage? What classifies as direct damage? What isn't direct damage? Direct damage is an active attack or skill that does damage directly to the targeted enemy. For example, the Death Knight's Grasp of the Grave is direct damage since it does shadow damage once it lands on an enemy. What doesn't count is the Death Knight's Soul Shroud ability since it does AoE passive damage. To recap, if you do this, direct damage. If you do this, not direct damage. Lastly, we have unique tiered gear. I can't remember if these were in the last playtest or not, so I'll quickly go over it. Last playtest, we had legendary tiered gear. This playtest, we have unique legendary tiered gear. It's basically just a tier up from a basic legendary. Think of it like a Super Saiyan going Super Saiyan 2. Also, these legendaries have a chance to roll a set bonus and or a set bonus modifier that enhances a specific perk. For example, this Flame Fury ring comes with a Tangle Chain modifier that increases the range of the Tangle Chain by 15 meters. In conclusion, a lot of new things have been added to this upcoming playtest. I hope this video made it easy for you to understand everything and you're able to teach new or returning players everything this update has. Don't forget to sign up for Dungeonborne's final playtest starting July 4th, join their Discord for upcoming news or announcements, and wishlist Dungeonborne on Steam, and I'll see you in Sinner's End.